Parlando. Perché tu l'hai parlando?
Igen, kérdeztek.
You had some time to engage a bit? Yeah. That's the new wars, right?
Thank you so much.
Sziasztok, találkozunk. Tiszteltem. Hello. Köszi.
Very good. I hope it's not too cold.
No, fine. You are absolutely okay.
Turned the coolers to the maximum.
We are fine. We adjust ourselves to the host, you know?
Okay.
No other choice. No other choice.
No other choice.
We were accompanied by 17 business representatives.
Okay.
And they have been carrying out some good discussions, so as far as I understand, there will be multiple agreements being signed.
Okay.
Among them 3 being witnessed by ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
It made sense.
CS is the biggest beneficiary to the ammonia fishery.
The applicant, yes.
Ah,
$10
that's right.
million.
Okay, then you must be happy with it.
Yes, very happy.
But I'm also joined by my colleague from the Brew Economy, Buria, and the Permanent Secretary for the Water and Irrigation. So I welcome you, Peter Zin.
Don't try it.
Seattle.
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 Yeah.
The Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade of Hungary, the Ambassador, His Excellency Zolt Mesalos. I think I should have learned to say it in Swahili. Karibu sana. And the principal secretaries who are with me here and my colleagues, distinguished guests from Hungary. I'm very happy to see all of you. I can also say it's actually afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Already, right.
So, Your Excellency, I'm deeply delighted to welcome you to the National Treasury. This is where we at least appreciate the going-ons between Hungary and Kenya, because at the end of the day, every agreement comes to me. And we know that Kenya and the Hungarian government are very committed, and they have been cooperating since 1964. We do believe that is very, very important for us. And it is just this month or so, your colleague, His Excellency, the Minister for Agriculture of Hungary, made an official visit to Kenya the 13th to 14th of this month. So we feel honored that 2 ministers have visited us in 1 month. And the minister inaugurated a model farm in Kirinyaga County, which is in Mount Kenya. We call it Mount Kenya region. It's a mountainous region. And we do believe that it is with the support of the Hungarian government that has worked. And for us, the mission of Kenya is very, very important. It strengthens our relationship since 1964. I think Hungary was the 6th country to acknowledge the appreciation. Your Excellency, may I begin by expressing my sincere gratitude for the variable support in the form of financial assistance that you have extended to the government of Kenya since independence, and we still believe that the strong bilateral relationship will continue, and still continue. And we recall that in 2017, the government of Hungary expressed interest in supporting Kenya's financial development projects, and we have some projects that are ongoing. We have the Amka support was through our framework agreement on the financial cooperation between Kenya and Hungary that was signed in May 2020 with a total commitment of $50 million with favorable financial terms, including zero interest rates and 13.5 years repayment period. Most of us can actually recall what is really happening in the other side of the world, especially in commercial lending. It's quite prohibitive. So today I'm delighted that under this signed framework agreement, we are going to sign two tied aid credit facility agreement between the government of Hungary and that of Kenya. And this is going to support Kabonyo fisheries and aquaculture services and training center. And this is going to be a center of excellence. And that will be an aid credit for 10 million. And a rehabilitation and upgrading pumping station in Ahero, irrigation scheme in Kisumu. Kisumu is near Lake Victoria, which is $5 million. So it is our hope that the pending tied credit agreement on Dedan Kimathi Cancer Management Center project for $5 million will be concluded and signed soon as we continue negotiating and collaborating. So I do believe that, Your Excellency, the implementation of these two projects are going to be very, very important, because one of them is dealing with fingerlings, which will be instrumental in terms of restocking Lake Victoria. Right now, I was in that region on Monday, and everybody is complaining about the restocking. There is no fish. I think there are more fish in pods, even in the central districts of Kenya than in the Lake Victoria. So restocking is going to be very, very important. And that project, it means that it is going to boost the opportunities that are available and to bolster food security. And also the upgrading of the pumping station at Ahero irrigation to Kenyan students annually. We do believe that, just like other countries like us, human capital development has been one of the major challenges. When we look at even middle-income countries today, the challenges is human capital development, both in terms of leadership in their own institutions that matter, even leadership in terms of policy and markets. That for us is really important. So we cannot underscore where support in terms of human capital development is very important. And on promotion and reciprocal protection of investment, I'm glad that we are progressing well in the negotiations. In the fourth round of negotiations was held between 13th and 16th of February 2024 in Budapest. We do believe that the Kenyan delegation that was led by the National Treasury is able and will conclude this process, and there are intended benefits that are going to be very, very important for us. Finally, Your Excellency, on behalf of the people of Kenya, my colleagues here at the National Treasury, we wish to thank the Hungarian government for this money support. Kenya government appreciates the importance and even the impact of Hungarian government support. And it is our sincere hope that the two countries will continue to strengthen this relationship for the mutual benefits that cuts across various avenues, but more importantly, our regional markets, like just talk about the 7 countries that cover the East African community, becomes a reservoir for any of the businesses that you can perform in Africa. When you're in Nairobi here, you can actually fly to any major capital in Africa within 5 hours. So Nairobi is very, very strategically placed. So is Kenya. So you feel free to feel that this can be a center that you can actually utilize. And our relationship is going to be strengthened by those positive activities. Thank you very much. I hope the speech was worth looking for.
I tell you that we are absolutely aware in Hungary that there's no European security without African stability. And in this regard, we think that the way how Europe can contribute to African stability is not through advices, is not through lecturing, is not through criticism, but through actions on the spot. So we have a saying in Hungary that we should not bring problems where there are no problems, but we have to bring help where it is needed. So our approach is that development programs in Africa must be carried out in order to improve the security in Europe as well. And we know that when it comes to these pillars of stability here in Africa, Kenya is definitely one of the strongest ones. The way you have been fighting against terror, the way you have been neutralizing Al-Shabaab, the way you have been taking care of more than 700,000 refugees in this country, these are very telling, and these are worth to be recognized and appreciated, and we will always appreciate it. And this leads us when we think about the improvement of the cooperation with Kenya, because we do not only want to help by words, which nice words are nice, but you can't take too much advantage of those, but by actions. So therefore, I would like to underline that we are not confused by the words 15 and 50 being close to each other. We know that what we can sign here today is just part of the agreement. Let me give you some short brief about why we still need some time to move forward with the project regarding the construction of the cancer center. It was absolutely our plan to do all three projects together. But last year, my dear colleague, last year was really challenging and terrible for Hungary from the perspective of economy. And it's not because we would have been stupid and we would have made some stupid decisions and ruined our own national economy, but because of external impacts. External impacts to which we are totally defenseless. You know, we are a neighboring country to Ukraine. And I understand that the war in Ukraine has an impact on you as well, regardless of the more than 5,000 kilometers of distance between the two countries of ours. But the problem of ours is that the European Union has been implementing sanctions against Russia, but unfortunately these sanctions are harming the European economy more. That's why we are usually opposing these sanctions, but since all others support it, we have to adjust ourselves as being members of the European Union. So one of the outcomes of the sanctions was that the energy prices have skyrocketed in Europe. Now imagine our situation. Before the war, we had to pay 7 billion euros on an annual basis for imported energy, 7 billion euros. Then the sanctions have been implemented, the prices have increased, and our national energy bill has increased to 17 billion. So from 7 billion to 17 billion within 1 year. So last year we had to spend 10 billion euros more on energy, regardless that we bought less. But we had to pay 10 billion euros more, which equals around 5 to 6% of our GDP. So you can imagine. And since we are a landlocked country, like you are, and since we do not have any kind of natural resources, neither oil nor gas, we are totally exposed to imports. This means that that if the price of energy increases, then it has an immediate impact on all product prices. So usually we have a 1.5 to 2% inflation rate, 1.5 to 2. And because of the skyrocketing energy prices, we had to be confronted with 27% of inflation, 27 instead of 2, 27%. So for the entire last year, our major economic thrive was to curb down inflation, because you know we have been in power for a long time in Hungary. 2010 in Europe, this is very unique, and it has never, I mean, since we have taken office, the real wages in Hungary have always increased, always. And this was the first time ever that the real wages started to decrease. And on top of this, we do have a serious debate with the European Union or the Brussels institutions themselves, because they are very liberal, very progressive, and we are conservative, patriotic. So we always have a clash. And they have put financial sanctions on Hungary because of these political issues. So they have frozen 30 billion euros of assets or funds which should have been paid to us. So we had the inflation, we had the 10 billion higher energy bill, and then 30 billion euros frozen. So last year was about survival. So we had to make a lot of measures in the budget in order to keep the balance and to survive. Now, we were able to curb down inflation to 3.8%, which is not bad, manageable, let's put it this way. The energy prices have cooled down. The European Commission had to give up its policies, so partly they started to release the funds, so now everything gets better. So this means that in the upcoming months we will have the chance to look, to review basically all those projects we had to stop before the fight for survival, and then we will be coming back to you about the timing. Sorry for speaking longer. I just wanted you to understand that this was nothing, forgetting about something. Now, Minister, I'd like to ask for your support regarding two agreements. The mutual protection of investments. That would be really important, because now, as the Hungarian companies are going to start the implementation of these projects, I'm pretty sure that they will have a growing interest to step on your market on market basis as well. On top of that, I'm accompanied by 17 business representatives now who are looking for the chance of stepping on the Kenyan market.
Yeah.
And I know that since the distance is big, legal and economic certainty is being looked after by the companies. So we have had a successful round of negotiations in February. My team has already proposed a date for May for your team, when the negotiations could be continued here in Nairobi. And I hope that the expert level discussions could be completed on this May event. Then, if we are done with that, I think the agreement on avoiding double taxation would also be important. So their moving forward would be really great. And, Excellency, since there's a half-year rotation scheme in the European Union regarding presidency, Hungary is going to take over this position as of 1st of July until the end of the year. And I'd like to tell you that we were really welcoming the fact that Kenya and European Union have signed the interim economic partnership agreement last year. It has not entered into force yet, unfortunately, because of slowness on the European Union side. But if it does not enter into force, then after taking over the presidency, we will make sure that it does. And that will allow us, even on a bilateral basis, to trade more and trade better. I also think it would be useful to convene the next session of the Joint Economic Commission, since we consider it as a good platform to coordinate our cooperation. And you have mentioned the scholarship program. Excellency, I have to tell you that there were 3,000 applications submitted this time, so it shows that the program is popular. So we have just extended the capacities of the Education Hungary Center here. So instead of 4, now 6 Hungarian universities are making recruitment here among the Kenyan students. But what I would like to draw your attention to is the fact that we have learned that you have made a decision to enter into nuclear phase of generating electricity, which is something that we should welcome. Hungary has been using nuclear technology for more than 50 years now. So we have gathered a lot of experience. So therefore today I have signed a cooperation agreement with your foreign minister on nuclear training and education. So we will be happy to provide our experience and our capacities to train and educate your upcoming nuclear experts and nuclear engineers. I think that can be a good added value to the relationship.
Okay. That one we can again fast track, and I think that's going to be really important. Presidency, we welcome your side for that, and I'm very happy that you signed April. And this is quite peculiar for Kenya, because we realize that we can't wait for the other East African community countries to do this.
Yeah, that's right.
We want to make sure that we can showcase the benefits so that other East African community countries can see the benefits that are flowing. And that for us is very, very important. We make sure that everything else follows. We are very happy about the program for scholarships. That is very, very interesting. There are so many scholarships. I think this is interesting. Nuclear training capacity. We have been on it for many years, but I think the capacity and capability is really important. At one time there was a lot of push and pull of trying to actually move back in terms of what may be required. But I think it is becoming very clear that energy sustainability is going to be very important. And also this part of the world, and Kenya in particular, we have, I think, 93% of our energy is renewable. So in a sense, nuclear support would be a supplement. But we'd like also the there's a technological breakthrough in terms of renewable energy, but where the technology is helping us now is storage. Because, for example, you find the sun is fantastic, but I think you need the energy, but you might need that energy at night, which is when the sun is not out. So the breakthrough is actually storage. We also have those storage facilities, especially in wind and solar. That's very, very critical. Geothermal is big here. It's actually one of the biggest, and we are very happy about its performance so far. So in a sense, we can work closely because nuclear energy trading is very important, capacity is very important, but also breakthrough in terms of renewable energy is going to be the key driver for us. Without excess energy production, we cannot actually talk about industrial revolution. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for all this.
I agree with you. Quantity of electricity
Yeah.
in a cheap, safe, and environmentally friendly way,
Yeah.
then the answer is obviously nuclear.
Yeah.
And nuclear can give you a kind of help when it comes to the storage as well. Storage is an issue, so that's why battery production can be very, very important as well. We have been using nuclear for 50 years, I have told you, and now we are building a new station just next to the existing one. We work together with the Russians, with Rosatom. Back in the 1970s, when the first blocks have been built, there was no option with whom to do it. You know, we were in the Comecon at that time. Now we had an option, but we are very satisfied with the Russian technology. And we are satisfied with how they deliver the fuel. We are satisfied how they take, how they bring forward the investment. So we have now been in the land preparation phase, and the first concrete should be in ground for the end of this year, which means that by 2031 we should be able to connect the new nuclear power plant of ours to the grid. So, and that will increase the share of nuclear when it comes to generating electricity to 70% in Hungary, which gives a good independence from international markets.
Yes, that's great. And also we have maybe even shared some common, should I say, upheavals with the Ukrainian war.
Oh, absolutely.
Because essentially we have said that our actual supply disruption has been massive. But for us, it becomes
No, so there is a... Great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So now we owe you $15 million. Savoj, you have to start the investment as soon as possible, okay?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
No, tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. We hope that they will have the permissions soon.
Yes, we have all permits.
Okay. Then it's up to you now.
Yeah, some technical issue, bank guarantees.
That's what we'll work on that. That's not a problem.
That should be okay. They just signed up. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to press conference, right?
Like to hand over to my students. Let's give a brief on the signing of today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Indeed, I'm very delighted that I was able to welcome the Minister for Foreign Affairs from Hungary, His Excellency Peter Siato. I hope I can get to
Among the best ones.
And this is very, very, very important for us because essentially Hungary and Kenya have been in collaboration since 1964. In fact, Hungary was the sixth country to acknowledge and accept the new Republic of Kenya in 1964. And so we have been having some good and, should I say, admirable relationships together. Today, we are signing a framework agreement especially concerning two tied aid credit facility that is covering two projects. One is Kabonyo Fisheries and an Aquaculture Service and Training Center of Excellence, which is covering 10 million, and also the rehabilitation and upgrading of pumping station at Ahero Irrigation Scheme in Kisumu, which is also a $5 million project. And this tied credit is very, very important to us. It supports us for 13 and a half years with zero interest rates. It is part of the framework agreement that was signed for $50 million, so there are other projects that will follow in it. And we believe that the 10 and 5 million projects that are pioneered are going to be very, very important in Kenya. They're going to support so many aspects of that, and especially the agriculture and even food security. In those areas that these projects will take place, they're going to support economic activity or vibrancy of economic activity. We do believe that they work very well for us. First, especially in the Ahero pumping station, they're going to help us in terms of restocking the fish. And all these are very, very important in terms of their own economic contribution. Later on, as Hungary has been buffeted by shocks just like ourselves, and especially the Ukrainian war, we do believe as we continue to recover, we're going to see more avenues of trying to neutralize the framework agreement that we have created. We also are seeking support in terms of the economic activities, especially our economic, our agreement with the European economic countries. So we want to follow up with the double taxation agreement. We want to follow up with the investment protection agreements with Hungary. All those are going to strengthen the relationship that we have, and we do believe that they're going to be very, very important for us. As hosts and also borrowers for this tied credit agreement, we are very happy that we are going to follow up, and we are going to consider others in future. One that has been on the drawing board, but it has to wait until we stabilize, our economy stabilize, is the Dedan Kimathi Cancer Management Center, which is a project that is going to be helpful, especially in that region because of cancer management. That will come later as economies perhaps persevere the current shocks that economies are facing in Europe and even ourselves in this part of the world. We do believe that things will work very well. We continue this relationship which is mutual. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Minister, first of all, I'd like to express my appreciation for the warm hospitality you have extended to myself and to my delegation. We understand that we are living in an era which is being characterized by dangers and challenges. Wars have been launched all around the world. We have the climate challenge ahead of us and a threat of terror which has been ever growing. Therefore, stable points, stable pillars, stable countries are needed, which can lend their stability all around their region. And we look at Kenya from Europe as a stabilizing pillar when it comes to the safety and security of Africa, especially in the eastern part of the continent. We do recognize this stabilizing role of Kenya in this region. Therefore, we do not want only to support Kenya with statements, which are nice but not that helpful, but with real actions as well. The tightening or improving our bilateral cooperation is based on mutual respect and aims at mutual benefits to be reached. The markets here in East Africa provide a huge opportunity for Hungarian companies implementing and applying the state-of-the-art, most modern technologies. Therefore, we do encourage the Hungarian business community to improve its relationship with Kenya and the Kenyan counterparts. Therefore, today I am accompanied by a business delegation of 17 business leaders who have now been meeting their Kenyan counterparts. And we do support the Hungarian companies to carry out investments here in Kenya to contribute to the economic development of this country and contribute to the improvement of the living standards. Since we are geographically far away of each other, the investors are looking for legal and economic certainty in the meantime. Therefore, we are committed to complete our negotiations as soon as possible about the signing of the agreement on the mutual protection of investments. We are on the right forward to that. And we welcome the signing of the interim economic partnership agreement between Kenya and the European Union. And as Hungary is taking over the presidency of the Council of the European Union as of 1st of July this year, we will do our best to make the necessary decisions on behalf of the European Union to enter this agreement into force. Ladies and gentlemen, during the 60 years we have been in touch. Many milestones have been reached, and today we have reached another very important milestone as the two agreements have been signed about providing $15 million of preferential loan on behalf of the Hungarian government to Kenya to carry out two important investments on the field of agriculture and food security, taken advantage of the highly developed Hungarian technologies in this portfolio. Hungarian companies will modernize the irrigation system of region Ahero in the framework of a investment of $5 million, and Hungarian companies will construct a service and excellence center on the field of fisheries in Kabonyo for $10 million. These two investments carried out by the Hungarian companies here in Kenya based on a preferential loan provided by the Hungarian government. Your agriculture, the Kenyan agriculture, will be further modernized, and the level of food safety will be improved as well. These investments are taking advantage of the fact that Hungary is the country of waters, so we have developed highly recognized technologies all around the world when it comes to responsible and sustainable way of treatment of water. On top of that, we put a lot of emphasis on food security. So Hungary is among the very few countries in the world where it is being put into the constitution of the country that agriculture and food industry must be free of GMO. So we do not only care about our food products to be delicious, but to be healthy enough as well. Finally, dear Minister, I'd like to express my appreciation for the hospitality. We do hope that these contracts we have signed today will be implemented swiftly, and both investments will serve the benefit of the Kenyan people and the Kenyan-Hungarian cooperation. Thank you so much for your kind cooperation.
Thank you very much, Minister. His Excellency here can say one or two things that emphasize it.
Thank you very much, Professor and Your Excellency Peter, for this momentous occasion. For us in fisheries and blue economy, today is a big day because His Excellency the President put together the State Department of Fisheries and Blue Economy to be part of the pillars that is going to inspire our economy. And therefore today I want to also thank the government of Hungary for this partnership because it will go a long way in inspiring the aquaculture subsector, which is a growing sector. And Kabonyo Kanyagwal Fishery Center of Excellence will be very useful, especially in restocking Lake Victoria. We are looking up to more than 7 million fingerlings, and we are also looking up to the Hungarian government to provide a lot of lessons in the technology, because the Hungarian government is ahead of us in aquaculture, and therefore this cooperation will be very useful to make sure that we are able now to utilize fully the potential of our inland waters in Lake Victoria. So we are here, we're very delighted, and this project in Kabonyo Kanyagwal will be properly integrated with the Indian Ocean, because the bycatch in the Indian Ocean will be very useful as part of the ingredients in the aquaculture center of excellence. So to us, this is a very momentous occasion, and we will work towards making sure that this project becomes an eye-opener and that Kenya will be able to harness its potential, not only in blue economy in general, but aquaculture, which is a growing subsector in fisheries. So thank you very much, and we are looking forward to working with you and to make sure that this project succeeds. Thank you very much.
About money,
Yeah.
and most of the time we miss out. So the people who are getting the economic activity should actually explain more. And let me ask PS to talk about the irrigation.
Thank you, CS Treasury. Thank you, Your Excellency, Foreign Affairs, Hungary. We're grateful of this moment, and we thank the government of Hungary and Treasury for the support they continue to give the sector of water and irrigation. In this sector, as we talk about, because of the effects of climate change, the way to go to addressing issue of food security is through irrigation. And this financing will go a long way in helping us expand the irrigation scheme in Ahero. We should be able to expand by another additional 1,000 acres. And on average, in that area, we normally get 2.8 metric tons per acre in a season. And successfully doing 2 seasons, we should be able to get 5,600. So this will go a long way in reducing the rice deficit in the country. And also not only that, but also it will improve the economy of that area of Kisumu by over $500 million. Also, the farmers in Ahero will also, it's also result to a lot of savings, because we've been spending approximately 2 million shillings on electricity. So this will result to a saving of almost 24 million in a year. So this is great, and we look forward to this, and also we also look forward to expanding this in our other irrigation schemes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You have heard it, so that the media can also understand what is the economic value of this, and so they can even ask relevant questions, or even when these people are helping me to pay back their own, we know exactly what they are going to do, isn't it? We can check out on. That is why I wanted to invite them to say 1 or 2 things, to expound on those projects. It gives us a lot of mileage in terms of our relationship, but also in terms of what we anticipate in the future. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
So, but maybe you're going to, any specific question from the media?
We send all the details.
We have shared a lot of details. I think you can make a very good. Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
good afternoon.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.